Brent, good to see you. How are you doing?
Good morning. Yes, I'm doing fantastic today. Thank you. I'm a little bit more awake than normal.
There you go. It's Wednesday before Thanksgiving. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna crack out the Peanuts Christmas
Very nice. Very
sweatshirt
nice.
a day early. Why not? So, because we're gonna take a break. We're not gonna do this tomorrow or Friday, correct?
Correct. I think it's a solid choice.
All
When
right.
I
So
was
we'll take.
out going to get my coffee, I was starting to rethink it. I'm like, but I didn't like start this one the way I started the very, very first live stream that I did 15 years ago, whatever it is now. It
You could
wasn't
live stream 15 years ago.
10 years ago, maybe. When was it? Like
Really?
2006 or 7? There was a platform called Ustream
There you go.
because I used it to try to live stream Emma doing her swim from Alcatraz to the San Francisco
Yeah,
Bay.
cool. Yeah.
And she was only 9 years old, and
Yeah.
she's what, 20? She's 28 now. So I don't know if that adds up to 15, but
That adds if she was about 9 and 28, then I would say that adds up to about 19. So we're
so
pushing like 20. So we spanned from 15 to 10 to back to 20. So
yeah, so you could
math,
stream live
math
back
in the
then.
math in the morning. Math in the morning. We were talking about coffee. Every once in a while they do those things where it's like, what's something you've purchased in the last 12 months? It's under $500. It's had a significant impact, or
Oh, I've
it's
seen those before. I like that.
what
Okay.
that kind of thing. Do you have anything in the last 12 months that you spent under $500 on that has brought joy to your life or changed things for you? Under 500 last 12 months.
Well, currently being unemployed, I haven't spent too much money. So let's see. I'm looking around because normally the things that I buy sit pretty close to me. If you've got one off the top of your head, I'll let you go first.
So the one I have is drives Jen nuts. And Jen's my wife. She's actively involved in the business here over the last about 18 months or so. Has gotten more active in the business over that period of time. Anyhow, picked up a bun coffee maker, like the ones that you'd have in a donut shop type coffee maker, and have it sitting on our counter in the kitchen. And it brings me joy every morning when I make coffee. One, it makes coffee really, really fast. Two, it makes coffee really, really good. And
Is
three,
it
it definitely
huge?
takes up a little bit more space. But
Yeah, I was going to say, is it one of those huge coffee makers? And Craig, yes, new to you. So whether it's used or new, I think anything that's new to you.
there you go, new to you. I bet Craig, if I was to take a guess on what Craig picked up, it has to be a guitar.
Has to be a
Um,
new guitar.
so but yeah, the coffee maker is that thing. So yeah, it looks just like going to a donut shop and grabbing coffee.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, we just got the old Keurig and dropping in the really bad Keurig coffee cups.
That's what we're trying to, and it's not some like crazy thing other than oh, look at this, there we go. An Ibanez
Oh, yeah.
RG 440 BK Roadstar 2 standard 1986 1987 black. So you got a
Dude,
car.
are you serious? You got a Roadster, an 86, 87? Hold on one second.
All right, while Brent leaves, I'll say my joke again. So Craig got a car. I guess I know this is a guitar. But yeah, even just a simple coffee maker can make a pretty big difference. Sometimes those things are worth the splurge. So Brent,
Okay.
what'd you go pick up?
Oh, it's going to fade into the background. So
It's gonna fade to black.
yeah, right. This was the very first guitar that I ever bought, and it's cheap as dirt. And I remember seeing it in the music store in Scottsdale on Indian School Road. It was a Milano's music, and it was just sitting up on a table on a stand, and but it didn't cost that much, so I didn't really think it was that good. But everybody that I show it to is like, "Oh, that's a great guitar." I'm like, "No, it's really shitty. It was really cheap." And they're like, "Oh, that's a great guitar." So yeah, I need to get it restrung or something, but yeah, it's definitely not the same series as yours, but it's a Roadstar too. It's not the uh I gotta plug it back in one of these days and see how it plays. Just needs new pickups, but anyways, sorry. Guitar tangent. Thanks
I
for
know it's great. I think it's great. One of the we're going. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow. Um, yeah, for us here in the States, and this month provides time for reflection. And it's things like that that can be a trigger or catalyst for reflection, like that trigger of holding on to the guitar. Or, I mean, over here, I've got no shortage of golf clubs always at my disposal. Like, we
I
grew
thought
this
for
in
sure
old
that was
tin
gonna be you. I thought
golf.
your under 500 would be a guitar club.
No, okay, it's
Guitar club.
that's the
Golf
hard
club.
part is these things end up being more than $500 now. But
Oh,
and I'm sure there's so many different ways that you could do that same thing on the guitar
oh
side
yeah.
of things. But when you pick up something like this and it takes you back, like it did just now for Brent, or it takes Craig back, that's a powerful thing. Don't pick up things just for the sake of picking up things. Pick up things for the sake of memory and recollection and remembering. So, um, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think Craig Craig said to wish he could upload pictures. We'll have to figure some of that kind of stuff up. Let's add that to the list of things that we want to be
Features
able to do
features
with
we
the tech.
want. Yes.
Is we want to be able to throw up some pictures
Once we figure
and
out, yeah, we'll get a community started and we'll be able to share all sorts of fun
get
stuff.
get things moving along. Um,
Share my screen.
it is not popped up for me.
What?
Yeah, you might have to hit the share button one more time.
All right.
Shot.
Oh yeah, it must have canceled it because something or
There we
something.
go. Add to the scene. Oops. I need you to
And
do it
add
one more time.
scene.
I need you to do it one more time. I fat fingered the. This is the beauty of live.
Oh, you canceled me, man. That's brutal. I'm taking it
Yep.
personally.
You should take it personally. All right. Add to the scene. Hello, Brent.
We talked about this yesterday that we should one of the things that we should start doing during these live streams is testing out new tech when it comes out, or new ideas in new services, or the whole AI thing. I think it'd be fun. Like, have you seen those videos on YouTube? Like, well, I'm thinking of it mostly in the lines of music, where they take like a professional like opera trained vocalist, and they say, listening to Geddy Lee for the first time, the reaction videos, I think is what they call them. Yeah, so
Yep.
we could open up one of these new tools that comes out or something, and just use it for the first time live, and I'm sure all sorts of hilarity will ensue.
I think we should do it. I also have Craig sending me Slack messages with the picture, so I'll get that going. Let's do your thing, and then we'll come back to this.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. And I'm dying to see it, Craig.
All right, what do we got?
Here we go. The biggest news in L&D right now is the massive and accelerating integration of artificial intelligence, which is rapidly reshaping how training is delivered, personalized, and managed. Here are the key takeaways from today's L&D news. AI driving the L&D revolution. Again, that sounds like yesterday's. Personalization at scale, content creation and curation, predictive analytics, strategic L&D priorities, skills first focus, holistic employee development, bringing back the human touch, innovation in delivery and experience. Oh, this might be interesting. Immersive learning, AR, VR, XR, learning in the flow of work, and manager empowerment. All right. Any of that strike anybody's fancy? Here are our categories one more time: innovation in delivery and experience, strategic L&D priorities, and AI is driving the L&D revolution. Mike, you won the coin toss. What is your category?
None of that does anything for me today. And I don't know if it's because now we're on like day 8 of this and it feels like it's just it's regurgitated. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's kind of like, ooh, okay. So I just dipped my pool in the river, or dipped my toe in the river, and now all of a sudden I feel cold water. If I dip my toe in the river tomorrow, there'll be cold water. If I forget to dip my toe in the river, guess what? There still would have been cold water. And I think this is, for me, this reinforces, focus on the things that are in front of you, not on the things that everybody is telling you are in front of you.
Boy, yeah. Okay. So that is an excellent trigger, because there is a lot of telling going on in L&D, but I think just kind of across the board with folks on LinkedIn. Seems like everybody's got an opinion about everything, and which is totally cool, because that's what all of these social media platforms are for. And I like it. I like to read what everybody has to say. I read somebody somewhere, they said that it just feels though like everybody it's either AI posts or everybody's trying to market or sell you something. And I think there's a lot of truth to that, sadly. But I'm going to scroll down here to.
I turned it off. So if you want to show
okay.
the.
No. So you don't have to. I can just read it or whatever. But I'll tell you the. So the thing that still gets me excited about tech and what's going on, what the Gemini list mentioned it as bring back the human touch, and I know there's lots of people talking about that too. But I've always said that I think community and collaboration is always the best step forward and the best thing to do. And if you can, the reason why not many people do it and not many companies do it is because it's hard and it is probably more expensive. They have to spend more money on it than they would like to. But I think more and more and more the value is going to start to be seen, and that as these platforms like LinkedIn and some of the other ones become just more noise, like you mentioned, noise all the time, that having very unique, closed off communities that feel like going to a LinkedIn or feel like going to a social network, but it's just a very narrowly defined group of people that are focused on the same things you're focused on, I think are going to begin to become more popular and more. I mean, I think they already are. It's already a thing for sure, but I see that continuing to grow for sure.
Yeah, and I think the thing, just kind of a warning, and this is not like a get off my lawn type thing, or old man shouting at clouds, I think is what we like to do. And we may need to get those t-shirts, just have those as be part of our uniform. But the It's very easy to get yourself caught up in being a part of a community, just one community, and being
Yes.
stuck in that one community.
Yeah.
And if you're constantly getting feedback from that one community, then you really start to create significant bias and ruts. And a lot of the same kind of group think that will happen. So even though you've toned down the noise, you've created a very interesting echo chamber, and that echo chamber can be dangerous over the long term. So the thing that's helped me is have different communities in or multiple communities in different spaces. So, a learning and development community, a sales community, and an emerging tech community. And these multiple communities that you build up. And the thing that we're working on doing, and I talk about it as we wrap up with the whole find your catalyst at findmycatalyst.com. That's about building a specific segment of the internet, the interwebs, or whatever you want to call it, but segment of the internet where you know that if you go to that page, you're going to have current content focused on helping you humans do better human things in that kind of environment. And for the 39 people that are subscribed to it right now, you get that every Sunday. You get an email with a new piece of information there. And I think as much as there is this um, all of this kind of competing for attention and scrolling, and how do I keep you stuck in the phone type thing that each of these large companies are doing, and everybody's trying to do it. It kind of like what Craig is talking about here, living in this influencer area. Yeah, everybody's trying to do it and pull, get more of that attention. I'm just going to shout louder. I'm going to be the barker at the front end of the bar in New Orleans on Bourbon Street, trying to draw you in. And all we're doing is competing for attention. What happens if you you make deliberate decisions on where you want to put your time, energy, and attention, and then segment that time, energy, and attention into maybe no more than 3 areas. So you dip your toe in the river, but then you hang out at the campsite, and then you go to the campfire, the community campfire, periodically. Oh, there you go. I just jumped on my soapbox
It's a
related to
good
all the noise.
it's a good soapbox, and I think everybody, um yeah, everybody, I think the thing that strikes me is what you're talking about is also the simplifying, right? Reducing, taking out the noise, taking out the extra stuff, simplifying, focusing on just one or two things. If you want to go faster, eliminate things from your list of things that you're thinking about or doing. And I'll tell you, that is the hardest thing for me to do, like really hard, like
Why is it hard?
really hard. And well, you and I have talked about this before. It's just I struggle with the I think the dopamine addiction to new ideas and new things, and learning is a huge dopamine addiction for me. So like finding something new to learn everything I can possibly learn about it and dive down that rabbit hole is so easy for me to do. And but to um and I will say it's not as bad as I'm actually making it sound. I've gotten better at it over the decades, for sure. But it's still something that I think about and then I have to work at, right? Like anybody else, everybody's got something they have to work at, and stay focused on, and to figure stuff out.
Well,
But
I
yeah,
think that's that piece. Like, so you find your community to help you do that. Right place, right time. Like, um, CrossFit is a big community that's out there, and there are some people who will discover CrossFit for the first time today. Even though it's been out there for whatever, some people will discover it for the first time, and to have a community that people can be brought into to accelerate the discovery of what happens and where to go and how to avoid making mistakes and all of that kind of stuff is really, really
yeah,
powerful. Now, if you decide, all right, now I'm going to spend all of my time in the three whatever CrossFit communities, now you lose the connection that you have to all of that other stuff. So it's this balance, and I think that's part of being human. This human thing that we were talking about in the news, we're being more human and kind of coming back to it and saying, okay, well, here, well, how do I balance family, business, self, as we go through all of those things, and give myself some time where I can, for you and Craig, riff on a guitar and avoid, and spoiler alert, this is going to be a segue, guilt. So, Brent, what'd you come across relative to guilt?
That was beautiful.
You're
Can I
welcome.
just give you kudos on that segue? That was like, dang, that was good.
Are you
You're a
supposed to
pro.
call it though? Like I shouldn't call it. Like I should just be like I should just let it happen naturally, right?
Yeah, but it is kind of fun to call it from time to time, especially when you're feeling it and you know, like, oh, this would be a good
This
segue.
will be
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. So, okay. So, I also subscribe to a crap ton of everybody's newsletter just because everybody asks me to. So I just do, and my inbox gets filled with these newsletters. And sadly, I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody, including you, Mike, that I just don't always get a chance to read them all the way cover to cover. But every once in a while, I'm clicking through my emails, clearing out the inbox in full screen mode, kind of where when you click on it, you go through, the whole thing pops up, not just the summary of what that email is. And one popped up yesterday on my phone. So I decided to click into it and scroll down to see what it was all about, because I couldn't even remember whose it was or what newsletter it was or anything like that. So I scrolled down and I look at it, and there was this thing that talked about I think it was trends in AI or something like that. And one of them is there was a research study done about AI guilt, and how a lot of people are struggling with this idea that they're cheating if they're doing their job. If they use AI to help them do their job, they're cheating and they feel guilty using AI.
Hmm.
And I remember, I've kind of felt like that when we first started using it. And so I can see where people still kind of feel that way. I don't know. I think I went through a lot of emotions. I mean, I've told the story enough times now. I don't need to go through it again, but I was like freaked out. I was excited. I think there was, when I do use it for things, I do feel kind of guilty, but um I look at it. Everybody says you should review. Like if AI is going to do something for you, if you're going to ask it to do something for you, or if you're working with it, or if it's a partner or something, and you say, "Hey, okay, write that up for me," and it writes it up, and you read it, and you're just like, "Dang, it's good. It's just good." I would have spent 3 days and having to send it to 8 different mentors and peers and say, hey, can you review this for me? And go over and over and over again. And it still wouldn't have ended up coming out as good as what I just read that AI wrote. So do I feel guilty about using it? Okay, maybe. I don't know. I don't know at all. Are you able to share an image that message I sent with you? Maybe I can try to share something else. I'll read a little bit from the screenshot I sent you.
While you do that, I'm going to pull up something, and let me know when you're ready to share, and I'm just going to do this. Just did a quick search. What is guilt? What is guilt? The fact of having committed a specified or implied offense or crime. The feeling of having done wrong or failed an obligation. Look at this. It was way up there back in the early 1900s, and then as we kind of move
Oh, the
forward,
word being used, is that a usage? A
yeah,
word
that's
usage?
used over time. Used over time. It's kind of cool. Like you look at, we've talked about the word enablement, and maybe one of these days we'll get back into that, but to show how it is used over a period of time. This is
Yep.
the use of the word over time, and it looks like it started to increase, and then kind of plateau. The fact of having committed a specified or implied offense or crime, a feeling of having done wrong or failed in an obligation. So um, guilt, guilt in one instance is a feeling. In another instance, it's all right. There we go. Brent or Craig has thrown something in here into the chat. I'm going to bring this up because when you're ready to share, I'll have you do this in Gemini. Um, so from a feeling perspective, what's a feeling? Is it okay to have feelings? Sure. Do feelings matter relative to getting the thing done? Maybe. uh, or we, do we need, is it okay to be a bit robotic and deliberate about some stuff? I think so too. I don't know. I mean, I grew up Catholic, so Catholic guilt is a real thing. And I know it's just because they didn't catch me, it didn't mean that I didn't sin, and someone didn't gonna and it isn't gonna come back up, and all of that kind of stuff. So, in the context of this, though, I think the real question I would be asking is, okay, so you did something, you used something to help you enable you to do something better. Did you give proper credit to the source material or the assistance? Now, at the same time, I don't give proper credit to a calculator every time I use a calculator to do math. Now, granted, I can do math in my head pretty quickly, but sometimes I need to go to a calculator to get something done. I'm like, well, according to the calculator, this is whatever. So I don't know. I think this is one of those things that's very, very, very personal, and is probably driven by a lot of other things that go beyond the job that you're trying to accomplish at the point in time. So, is it a real thing? I think so, because I feel guilty about a lot of stuff. The Is it the right place to put time, energy, and attention, and is it serving you? Probably not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Who knows? I guess I could share my. I was going to say I can't get it to show up in a browser. It's still in my email, and I'm always hesitant to show my email. But I suppose if
okay.
I resize my email
Here,
box,
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up in a way where I can share
basically
it.
there was a report that they referenced, but they don't reference who did it. So it says hour. So it's Monday. It's from Monday.com. It says according to our AI at work 2025. So let me click on that. Okay, I'll share this now.
You got this now?
Yeah.
Do
What
you
did
see
you?
that up on
Oh,
your
okay. Yeah, you pull that up too. I guess. Can you? Maybe that works, or I can show people.
no need for a brain anymore? That's awesome. Um,
So
there we
this is Monday.com AI at work from vision to value. There's a whole overview. It's a big, massive report, but AI fatigue is real. Pragmatism beats promise. Trust and control are new priorities. AI guilt spikes in enterprises. So I guess that's where they got it from to drop it into their newsletter. But yeah, basically, if your team is hesitant to adopt AI, the issue might not be a lack of skill, it might be guilt. For many, the rise of AI raises big questions about their value, skill, and identity at work. These feelings can create an aversion to AI that hinders progress and may even stunt your team's professional growth and impact. So, and they've got a whole list of questions you should ask and responses that they have to those questions. But I don't know. I would encourage people to go through it. We don't have to go through every single one.
I've got so
No.
here's another thought on this. Um, uh, we talked about Craig's favorite topic the other day, learning styles. Um, so, should I feel guilty that I consume more content these days through audiobooks rather than reading books? I mean, come on, Mike. Like, what do you mean? You didn't? spend the time to go read the book on your Kindle? Or should I feel guilty that I use my Kindle to carry around a couple of hundred books when I'm traveling? Oh, come on, Mike. How come you didn't get the paperback book
And
and have it in your
stuff 100 papaperbacks in your carry-on.
carry-on? Yeah, like yeah. Or well, and paperback isn't true to the form. What you need is a hardcover. And if you're really going to be true to the form, how come you don't just get a manuscript that has been, um, transcribed? Like, I guess the question the question that I wonder about this kind of stuff is like, what are we doing? Like, what are, why are we creating? Why are we creating more obstacles to
Yeah.
prevent people from doing
But
things,
well,
doing things? Like,
to your
you get
point
back to
though,
that.
yeah, it's human though,
Yeah,
right? I mean, there's that human side of it again. Everybody, and what the article talks about is you feel like I'll tell you I immediately, one of the first thoughts I had when I successfully was able to like speed up course generation or
yeah,
creation or creativity to build a course that I needed to train, when I cut the time of doing it by, tenfold shorter amount of time to create it, I didn't feel guilty. I felt like more like everything that I spent money on, my graduate degree, decades of reading books and studying, not necessary anymore. Other than I have a base level knowledge to be able to tell if AI is doing something wrong, or as everybody says, hallucinating or whatever. Yeah, right.
right.
So I have that, right? But um yeah, so I guess it's good. I mean, I guess that part is still good, but at the same time, that's just not going to be necessary for so many people. For what most people need to do to build something and create something. And I've always struggled at being able to explain this, so I'll take a shot at it today. There is like, if you can build a course or build whatever you're building, and it's good enough to like a certain point, like let's just, if you're on a 1 to 10 chart, let's super simplify this, and you can build a course that's an 8 really fast, and that's pretty darn good, and it's good enough, and you can get it out there in X equals 1 week amount of time. Let's say 1 day these days. Is it worth another 6 weeks to add all of the rotations of Addy and applying tons of different models and being all instructionally perfect and all the cost and everything involved to take it to a 9? Like, do you really need a 9? Do you need your course to be a 9? And everything else that you need, if you can very quickly, inexpensively create something that's an 8, adding a lot of extra steps and a lot of extra stuff just to get it to a 9, is it worth it? And I don't, I've often thought for what we do, it's not. If the feedback you get from the people that, yep, that was good enough. I learned this, that, and the other thing, and I was able to apply it, and they do, and you can measure it, then good. You're good to go.
So what you're saying is you were able to actually support performance, improve performance, and help someone achieve an objective.
Yes. At a level 8.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There
Right.
you go.
Well,
Like,
that's the thing that I have to come up with an analogy or something or a better way. I mean, that's
yeah,
good to add that piece to it too, right? But to be able to tell people that, and I think this guilt,
yeah.
I think. So if there's AI guilt, there must be instructional design guilt. Then it's like, I think our industry might be suffering from instructional designers AI guilt or something. I mean, we, maybe that's where the fear is coming from that we talked about yesterday. Hey, all of that instructional design knowledge and jumping through all of the different hoops of the ADDIE model, this, that, or the other model, and understanding neuroscience and blah, 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 and going through all that stuff, maybe not really necessary. So, that's my high horse for the day. You get one, I get one. So we're our our quota has been met.
I wonder, I mean, like, is there a way to make it more simple, like reduce complexity, eliminate things? And do you agree that simple is better than complex? Are we ultimately trying to achieve something? And are we overcomplicating something for the sake of justifying our being?
Yeah,
And,
I think we're
like,
kind of at that point.
yeah, there's I can tell you this. I did not feel guilty getting on an airplane to fly from Vegas back to Phoenix when I knew you were driving in a car from Vegas back to Phoenix. That there was no guilt in applying new technology to help me get from point A to point B. Now, at the same time, you would rather drive because
Absolutely.
that's what you want to do. And for me, I'd rather fly because that's kind of what I want to do. The Here's where I think the guilt will come back up and grab you if you're out there and you're wrestling with this. If you present something as your own when it really wasn't your own, that's on you. Like, and as you go through it, it's like, hey, am I presenting this thing as me, as I did it, rather
Well,
than sharing your work and showing some of that stuff off? What do you think? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, at what point when you're collaborating? Oh, so let's extend the analogy a little bit. So if we're
Sure.
collaborating with an AI, is it still your work, or do you say me and my team? But if you have a team of instructional designers working with you that are human, and you're collaborating with them, and you end up building a final project, do you say, thank you for purchasing my product or whatever? I'd like to give thanks to my team for helping me build it. Or is it just assumed that you and a team of folks put the project together? And so if you're using
Yeah.
AI to be that team, do you really need to tell people if you're proud of the product? Like I was saying before, if I look at what AI wrote and I'm like, dang, that's really, really good, you know, but it's all my ideas, right? It's the things that I want to say. It's just that I really kind of like how AI reworded it,
Yeah.
differently in certain spots or whatever. So you adjust a few things and you change a few things around. Then it's like, you know what? I should add the sentence between that sentence and that sentence, or that one sentence and that one word. The way AI said it is kind of awkward. Why did it say it like that? Well, it chose that word out of the percentage, wheel of fortune that gets spun in the background in microseconds to choose what word gets placed next, and so it's not always perfect. So you kind of have to change a bunch of stuff to give it that voice if you want to.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just assumed now that everybody's using AI. So it's your work plus AI as a helper.
It's an enablement technology. Like, I mean, do I have to
Yes.
share that I use the the power tools instead of hand tools?
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
does a
Like,
carpenter complain or have to say, hey, you know what? I built your house with this pneumatic thing where I could just go and do like
yeah.
100 nails in the boards in a minute instead of swinging a hammer with my
Yeah.
arm. I'm sorry about that.
Well, you still had to have the skill. And this gets into something that Craig just pushed up there, yeah, as far as like prompt skills. You still have to get you still have to have this, in order to be able to use a tool effectively, you have to have skill. Now, you can go out there and use a tool ineffectively, and potentially create a lot of damage. Um, somebody with a pneumatic nail gun is going to do more positive things building something than I am. Like I could just potentially hurt myself. And one of the cool things about a hammer and a nail is I've only got a couple of opportunities to hurt myself. This gives me more volume, more volume. So I think I I almost wonder if it's a distraction. And what's the what are we really trying to do? And this kind of gets back to your piece around the difference between learning, training, and technology. So go through your thing.
Training is an event, learning is a process, technology supports them both, and performance improvement is our ultimate goal.
That is what we're working towards. So if we keep the simple focus of performance improvement is our ultimate goal, like helping humans do better human things, then let's figure out where do we put these things in place and share with others where and how you do it. Like this is the cool part about tools like the one we're using today is we can share our work.
Yeah.
And that's one of the cool things about social media is you can share your work. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people, what they do is they just share the highlights. And when you share the highlights and everything looks good at the end, you're kind of like, ooh, but how'd you get there? Why do I feel guilty that I've not been able to get there?
Well, you got to pay for that.
Yeah.
That'll cost you. That'll cost you $99 a month in my or a year in my community. So, but come join us and I'll show you exactly how I did it.
So I think that's the. Here we go. I love this one. Why quality over quantity?
Yeah. Well, I think he was.
Oh,
I
my
think so.
board's reversed. Look at that. Hey, thanks,
His
Craig.
texts are. Oh, see, I thought that was just me, but that would stream.
Even the stream.
I thought in the stream. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. So you've got to flip your. There you go. You got to flip your screen.
Here we go. We are flipped. So you guys had to look at Vans backward too. I am sorry. I created a horror. Now I feel guilty that I created a horrible experience for everybody.
Now you've got live streaming guilt.
I have live streaming guilt. Just work my way around like 5 our fathers, a couple of Hail Marys, and I'll be good to go.
We'll be good to go. Back in the saddle. Hey, you know what? I sensed you getting us to a wrap up, and I'm going to help you close it out because I appreciate you forcing my mantra out of me. But yes, indeed, training is an event, learning is a process, technology supports them both, and performance is our ultimate goal. And find me on LinkedIn and find Mike at findyourcatalyst.com. Right?
You can find your catalyst at findmycatalyst.com. Findmycatalyst.com. It's all about you. You're finding your catalyst. Like I want to find my catalyst. So I go to findmycatalyst.com.
Find my catalyst. Now I'll remember it forever. I will.
Do the things you want to do better and faster. Craig, thank you for being here. I know Brent, we both appreciate you. We both appreciate everybody else coming in there. Oh yeah, crap. Thank you, Craig. Give me just a second. I'm going to keep things going along here because Craig did send something to me, and
I'm starting to feel like too while you're doing that. I'm just going to talk out loud. That I think what we're doing does match the logo I created, and I think after this week we should start using it.
Are you guys seeing this? You're not.
I'm not seeing anything shared right now.
Give me just another second here.
No, no way. He doesn't play that in the movie. Is he playing an Ibanez in the movie? Really?
And then
no, because that's not from the movie. because that's not the drummer in the movie scene.
There we go.
Ah, that's a nice one. See, mine doesn't have the Floyd Rose tremolo on it. It's just got a floating bridge that actually really, it's actually not that good. I think I even lost the arm for it. He does use it, huh? Wow. Okay. Well, Ibanez must have paid a pretty penny. Did Ibanez even exist back in the 50s? No, I know what he did in the movie. He's using a red ES 335.
Well, but remember, there's the first part of the movie though when he's in the class. Remember, he's in the class, and Huey Lewis is in the
Yes. At the beginning of the movie. Okay, I gotcha. You're right. Yeah, he does when he's trying out for the high school dance. Yeah.
So
To be the band. Okay. Yep. Perfect. It's so funny. That never struck me that my guitar is that. I wonder if that's why they were displaying it like that. Like they were like, hey, here's an inexpensive version of that cool guitar from the movie. Because I'm fairly certain I bought it around 86. I mean, well, like, no, it had to be before that because I was in high school. I graduated 85. So I probably bought mine in 84, 83, 84, something like that. I used my summer money, my summer job money.
there you go. And it's those things that can take us back in time. You pick them up like, hey, like we're talking about. There we go. The Brent, I hope you have an awesome Thanksgiving with family.
Thank you. You too, my friend. And
Thank you.
Craig, hope you have a great Thanksgiving with your family as well.
We will be back at this on Monday morning, unless at some point over the course of the next, let's call it 20 hours, Brent sends me a text. It's like, dude, we just got to do this on Thursday morning, or we just got to do it on Friday morning to talk about all the kind of cool things that have happened, because there's going to be some new AI breaking news in LND.
Totally. Yeah.
But if that happens, we will be back here on either tomorrow or Friday. Beyond that, we will see you on